Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends. And today, we're checking out the special event for the car on the screen right now, the Icona Vulcano Spider. And I'm gonna do the full breakdown of the event, checking all of the rewards that you can get, but I will also provide you with a calculator so that you can check how much progress you'll be able to make. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. This helps the channel to be discovered, more people can find these videos, and as always, more eyes is more better. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends right here. Now, as I just mentioned, the special event just started and it's actually going to be running for a total of 2 weeks. And you know that I could go stage by stage and show it to you in the game, but I have another way of doing it, and of course that means Spreadsheet! Oh yeah, you know that I always do this. Now, if you're familiar with my spreadsheets, the overview is simple. Column by column, you will be able to see what stage we're going to be talking about, how many conditions are required in order to unlock said stage, the car required / featured in it. Over here, you can feel how many stars do you have the cars at, and depending on the stars that you have, is how many conditions and rewards you will be able to get. So let's start filling it up so that you have an idea of how this works. So first, in the first stage, we have the Icona Vulcano Spider, but as it says over here, it's a gold free try. So enter anything, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, being a gold free try, you can get everything. So you get this many conditions, some credits, tokens, and a couple of blueprints even for the Icona. Now you will see this that says MISC for miscellaneous. This is just the type of packs that can contain some parts or random blueprints of anything, so they're not particularly worth talking about, so I just write it as miscellaneous. But then we have in the second stage, once you have at least 10 conditions done, and that's why this is marked, because you have already unlocked 18 from the first stage. You have access to the second one featuring the Lambo Huracan STO. I don't know why I wrote Lambor. Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. That looks better. So in this case, it's gonna be a free try of the car at 1 star. So if you don't have the car at all, you should at least be able to do this and get some conditions, some credits, and a little bit of miscellaneous rewards. But if you do have the car at highest stars, then fill it up as such. Now the idea over here is that if you have it at max stars, you're gonna be able to get tokens, blueprints, and even epics for the Icona, but as well as getting blueprints for the STO depending on the stars that you have it at. And more importantly, and this is something that this event is cool for, is the fact that you can get a bunch of epics for all of the cars. There's 5 epics for grabs for the STO. That is pretty cool, and that will allow me actually to gold mine, but still. Now the next stage, let's say that you have the car only, what did I just do? Let's say that you have the car at 2 stars, so this is what you get. Now, in the next stage, it's the McLaren 765 LT. Same thing, you fill it up depending on how many stars you have it at, and you see highlighted in green the rewards you will be able to get. You can see here at the top also that it's filling up. This is adding up exclusively the rewards that you are getting marked in green. So you can see how many conditions, credits, tokens, so on and so forth, right? So the main thing to notice about this event is how the shape is basically the same. For each one of the required cars, you're going to be able to get some credits, tokens, blueprints for the Icona, as well as epics, if you have the car at max stars. Otherwise, you're also going to get blueprints for the featured car and the epics, as I mentioned, another 5 epics in this case for the 765. Then we got the next stage, the Fordzilla P1, same situation, fill it up accordingly to what you have. And the idea is the same, you can get the same type of rewards, right? Even the blueprints for the Fordzilla and 5 epics for the Fordzilla. Then stage 5 is gonna be the Icona Vulcano Spider once again as a gold free try, so fill it up with anything, you'll be able to get all of these rewards anyway. Next up, we got the Lambo Countach LPI stage, which is a keyless free try. That is to say, this is a car that requires a key in order to unlock. But let's say that you don't own the car, you will still have a free try at however many stars do you have it at, even if you don't own it. So if for some reason you have the car at 3 stars, well, you can fill it up as 3 stars because it's going to be a free try at that. Now, if you don't have anything for this car, it's going to be by default as 1 star, so you can fill it up as such. That will still be a free try for that. I should probably add over here the fact that it should be free try anyway, but yeah. So that is for the Countach LPI. Now, if you're the type of person who is pretty close to maxing this car, but you don't have the key, well, happy days, because if you do manage to get it to 6 stars, you will be able to get over here the key for the LPI. So if you were missing the key to acquire it, if you have it at 6 stars, you'll be able to get it. Next up, we got the Rematch Concept S, and exactly the same situation, except that none of these other cars are key cars, but same thing, right? You fill it up and you get some blueprints for the remats. If you have it at higher stars, if not at max stars, you can also get some epics for the remats, as well as the usual stuff for the Icona credits and all of that. For the Bugatti Divo, once again, the exact same situation, fill it up as you have it, and well, you can see all of the rewards you can get. And finally, the very last proper stage for the Icona Vulcano Spider. This is gonna be a free try at 1 star, because yes, but otherwise, if you have the car, if you did unlock it and you got it to higher stars, then fill it up as accordingly. So yeah, now that is basically how you fill this up, and that's the idea. Here at the bottom, you can see the grand total of the rewards you can get in all of the stages. Remember, at the top, it's what you were able to earn. At the bottom is the grand total. So that just wanted to make that differentiation. And speaking of totals, we also can see over here the milestone rewards, depending on how many conditions were you able to get. You can see some of these are highlighted in green, depending once again on the conditions that you have achieved so far. And you're gonna be able to get some blueprints for the Icona, event packs that can contain blueprints for the Icona, though at a very low drop rate. VIP points, credits, more blueprints for the Icona, style coins, more event packs, tokens, Icona blueprints, VIP points. And if you do manage to finish the event to 100%, you can also get an additional 3 epics for the Icona. And that is kind of interesting because let's have a look at the grand total rewards, the 100% completion rewards. That is to say, all of the rewards in the stages plus all of the milestone rewards adds up to this. So this is what you get if you 100% the event. You can get 5.3 million credits, about 2,000 tokens, the style coins only 25, VIP points. Now, okay, over here you can also see that for each one of these cars, oh, I missed the epics here, there you go. For each one of these cars, you can get 10 blueprints plus the epics, except for the Bugatti Divo, that this one only contains 4 epics rather than 5, but still 4 epics is good. Then for the Icona Vulcano Spider, in total in this event, you will be able to get 75 blueprints and 15 epics. That is almost all of the epics to go the car. You will be missing literally only 1 epic, so that's kind of crazy, kind of cool, kind of annoying, but hey, 15 epics on the car. If you really go for it, then that's fantastic. And some event packs that, once again, don't necessarily guarantee that you're gonna get anything or any blueprints for the main car. So that is basically it when it comes to this. Now, if you want to use this calculator yourself, once you open it, the link is in the description. And if it's already filled up, just delete everything that is here in the orange cells, and that clears up this thing, and you will be able to start filling it up. Now, I will show you the progress that I'll do, or I'll be able to make in my best account. And for the Icona Vulcano, once again, go free try, fill it up with anything. The STO, I do have at max stars. The 765, I also have at max stars. The Forzilla P1, I have, oh, wait a second. I did not enter max stars. There you go. 5 stars. Same thing for the Forzilla. This one is a free try, so enter anything. Then for the Kunta Shopee, I have it at max star. Remat Concept S, I have it at max stars. And the Bugatti Divo, I have at 1 star. Yeah, the Divo, I only have at 1 star, so that's going to be the main roadblock for me. But with that over here, you can see how many rewards I was able to get in total, which in my case is pretty dope because I'll be able to get 37 blueprints for the Icona, and I only need 35 to unlock it. So at the very least, I'll be able to get it, plus some additional blueprints over here as well and whatnot. I'll even get some epics, 5 epics for the car, but then that will basically, well, I'll be able to make, I'll do this one, and yeah, that's basically it for all of the rewards I'll be able to get within this event. But honestly, it's not too bad. Now, here is the thing, and this is the part that is going to be important to clarify. This is not an easy event. All of the cars are relatively or considerably rare. Let's go one by one. The Huracan STO was a legend pass car, but if you're not pay to win, you didn't get it. Other than that, I don't know if it has been featured in any free-to-play fashion, so that might be the first roadblock. The McLaren 765 LT, I do believe was also a legend pass car, so kind of the same situation. The Forzilla P1, it's actually a car that you can get in multiplayer as the rewards for multiplayer, though to have it at high stars, if you're only doing it through multiplayer, is going to take you a very long time. So this is not super rare, but it is difficult to start up or to unlock and start up. Then we got the Kunta Shopee, which has been a bit of a rare car in general. A very long time ago was a legend pass car, and then it kept on changing and this and that and whatnot. I do believe there has been ways to acquire it free to play, though with great efforts, if not a lot of tokens, so there's that as well. The Rematch Concept S is another car I believe you can get through multiplayer rewards, but Jesus Christ, it takes forever, so it's kind of similar to the situation of the Forzilla. Then we got the Bugatti Divo, which is just straight up a very rare car. That's it. I don't think there's been any way to get this car easily for free, or relatively easily, or grinding or anything. So that is why precisely this is the only one that I have at 1 star over here. Well, obviously the Icona Vulcano being the main car on this event. So yeah, this is not an easy event, all right? I don't want to make it sound like it's an easy event, but for players that have been playing for a while, even if they have not necessarily been whaling, and I do make a difference on whaling, meaning spending a ton of money. No, over here, you don't really need to spend a ton of money. You didn't have to have spent a lot of money to get these cars if you were doing it patiently, which is at the end of the day, the name of this game. You need to be patient. But other than that, if you're a newer player or you never focused on any of these cars, then it's very unfortunate, but you won't be able to make a lot of progress in this event. But let's talk about your possibilities to unlock the car itself. For that, let's clear all of this stuff over here. Now you'll notice that on the right side, I did add a small calculator over here. We'll look at that in a second. But as it says right here, the Vulcano packs unlocked at 167 conditions. So let's see how far we can get with the gold, with the free tries. So again, this is a free try, free try, free try. Let's assume that you have none of these cars and you're literally just going with the free tries. How far will you be able to make it? Unfortunately, not very far. You only got 92 conditions out of the 167, I said? Yeah. So you're gonna need to have some of these cars at higher stars slightly higher stars, in order to get the conditions that you require. But once you get enough of the conditions, you should be able to just buy the packs for the Icona Vulcano. And because this car is not a key car, so long as you buy enough to get 35 blueprints for the car, then the car will be yours. I'm not saying that it's gonna be particularly useful at 1 star, but you know, that's a possibility. But since we're talking about the packs, as I just mentioned, 167 for the Icona Vulcano, but let's have a look at the support car packs. The first one is going to contain blueprints for the Fordzilla P1, the McLaren 765LT, and the Lamborghini Huracan STO. That is pack number 1, so it's going to contain a Class A car, Class B car, and a low Class B as well. Now, pack number 2 is going to contain the blueprints for the Bugatti Divo, the Lamborghini Countach LPI, and the Rimac Concept S. Now, just looking at it from the most, can I get something cool from this event? I think this is the pack that is kind of worth it. Because the Divo by itself, Class S car, really good acceleration, may not be particularly fast, but the acceleration is very, very useful. So this is a useful car. The Countach LPI, while it's nothing straight up amazing when it comes to Class S, it's a very solid car. Though, keep in mind, this is a key car. So even if you get a bunch of blueprints for the car, unless you get it to 6 stars, you cannot get the key. But then there's also the blueprints for the Rimac Concept S, which is not a super useful Class S car in and of itself. But then again, I do imagine you can probably use it in some Platinum League if you're playing MP1, so there is that. Because otherwise, the packs for the pack number 1, the Team Fordzilla P1, it is not a very good car, right? I'll say that. It has great acceleration, but it has terrible drift, so that is a bit of a problem. The 765LT, it is a pretty decent Class B car, but honestly, there's a lot of cars that can compete with this, and there are easy or relatively easy cars to get in the progression in the game, so this is not super important. And the Huracan STO, as beautiful as the car is, it's a low Class B car, which can be quite useful, but it's quite slow, but good nitro and all that. It's not a super specialized car, so I really think that if you're just looking at this like, okay, I don't care about the Icona because I will not get anything, but should I buy any of the support packs? I do believe that this, simply by virtue of having the Divo, which is not a key car, looks kind of decent. But overall, you're going to have to make your own decision as to whether or not you want to spend tokens on this because, well, that's kind of how this gets you. Also, don't forget that the drop rate is no longer 20%, the drop rate is 15%, so yep, sad days, but it is what it is. But there you have it. That is the special event for the Icona Vulcano Spider. Now, you already can do, like in this race, it's a free try with the car, so you can test it out a bit. It's also available currently in MP2. There's a free try for the car, so you can go ahead and drive it. So I'll tell you, this car certainly seems to be quite a powerful car because even though it's not necessarily the fastest out there with a top speed of what, like 430 or something without nitro, it's not super fast, but man, the agility on this car definitely seems pretty good, and it seems to me that it's also going to be a car that will be able to do quite a bit of damage when it comes to floaty related stuff. Now, you know that DBT has quite a bit of a skill issue when it comes to floaties, so I couldn't tell you for sure like, oh yeah, the floaties on this car are amazing or anything, but I've heard really good things about this car in general, so I would be inclined to think that this is indeed a pretty solid, if not a straight up a good car. Now, whether or not you should spend all your tokens into getting it, well, that is up to you. Go ahead and drive it in MP2, and in that way you will have a better idea of how this car performs. and that should inform you as to whether or not you should do it. Alright, as I said, if you want to use the calculator that I presented to you, it's in the description. Go ahead, check it out. If you enjoy what I do over here, please like, subscribe, but more importantly, if you really like what I do and you feel generous, maybe you want to consider joining the membership for access to exclusive videos with facecam, without bleeps, and all of that, and some of the perks. Check the information over there by the join button. But that's gonna do it for this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!